And so YouTube, 1 hour later from the previous video, look what we've done. I've actually completed that little bit of garden. I flattened it out with a long piece of wood, patted it all down so it was as level as I could get it by myself, filled it up with the pea gravel, and I popped the bench back over the wall. So as you can see, it comes at least probably about a foot over the edge of the wall. So it's going to have to, whoops, hang on, the iPad covers occluding the picture here. Let's get rid of it. There we go. So where was I up to? Yes, so the actual bench comes well over past the wall, so that needs to be cut level with the inside of the wall. So then these struts will then sit on the wall, and I've got a bench where I can put some steel mesh over the top, and I've actually got a bench then, and I don't know, I'll be able to put maybe my huge pots that I don't want to actually hang in case they fall on there, and I might even be able to use it as a little bit of a work area, who knows. We'll see when it happens. So I did this in about less than an hour. So of course now I've lost my little bit of wall that I sit and have my cup of tea on, so I'll have to find somewhere else to park my rear end. Oh, and just another thing, at the meeting last night, at our society meeting, our president brought in this monster Laelia, I think it was a lobata, and it had climbed all out of the pot. It was a monster. There was no media left in the pot, or very little. And he started chopping at it. He had this huge knife and he just started carving it up. And then it was a free-for-all at the end as to who was going to get a piece or a large cutting of his Laelia lobata. And what he does when he makes a cut, he uses mercurochrome, which I actually thought was no longer available in the world today because of its dangerous properties. So here was I helping him and painting a bit, what did I say it was? Mercurochrome over the end of his cuts. You can see it's like a reddy orange there. Well, apparently that dries it up in no time, except I got it all over my fingers and my hands. I was in a right mess by the time I finished. So today I got this piece and I hydrated the roots because there was monster roots. The roots were about 12 inches long, I kid you not, and they were growing in all directions. So I cut most of them off because they're going to die anyway. And this one I think I'm going to mount, this piece. I'll see what happens with it. I will definitely mount it, and I might pot this piece. So I've got 2 divisions on there, but some live roots. And one of those divisions is a new one, although it's, well, you can see how badly twisted and misshapen it is. That's because it was growing down under the pot that the whole thing was in. And this piece, I've got 4 pseudobulbs here. This was also growing out of the pot because it, well, obviously because it was attached to that piece. And I'll pot this one. And as he gave it all to us and said, here, take all this away, get rid of it, he said the first one to flower it, bring it in, he said, and I will give an orchid to, and a better one than this one. So the race is on. So I've actually got a couple of new pieces on this, or new leads on it. God, I can't talk today, can I? And where's my roots on? Oh, there. You can see the roots just there on this piece. So that's the latest edition. And that bit is a nice new lead. And hopefully that will, maybe, if I'm lucky, send up a flower for me once I've got it potted. Anyway, I've just realised that despite the fact that I do have my earplugs in my ears, the other end is not plugged into the iPad, so God knows what the sound's going to be like on this. I'll play it back. If it's okay, I'll load it. If not, I'll just have to do take number 2. And hopefully there won't be a take number 3. So anyway, just some summing up on this little garden bed here that I've just filled up with the pea gravel. I've actually still got quite a bit of gravel, because when I estimated how much I'd need, I wanted 4 cubic meters at 4 centimeter height, and basically I've done that. There's just that little patch there to do, and I can't do that until everything's finished, because it's not level. So we're just going to have to do a little bit of work on this corner. Won't take long either. And I've still got this bucket left over, or half a bucket left over, and half a bag in the garage. So that was exactly what I wanted. Alright, so this is a wrap. I'll see you next time.